it's me again. This time we're going to go and try something that I've not seen anybody do yet with this particular camera. I've seen them do it with other cameras and their Mavic Minis, but not this one. So I've got the Mavic Mini here, all set, ready to go. And what I'm going to do is attach this Akeso V50 to it. It's the V50 Pro. It's lighter than your GoPro. So what I've seen is GoPros, more GoPro 8s, which are heavier than this one for sure, attached with this little device right here in one of these. So we're going to try that, see how that goes, and then go from there. Alright, so we've got our stuff here. So we're going to attach this as we normally do. The Akeso is a very good camera, by the way. There's some great reviews online. Captain Drone just did a great review of it. I've had mine a while. I had mine. I looked at a YouTube channel called Tech Mode, and he did a great review of this, and I ended up buying it. So I'm doing this for the first time. So we're going to keep that nice and tight so it doesn't wobble about. And they're suggesting do it about there, like that. Throw that underneath, like that. The thing is, if you have a couple of zip ties, I only have this big one. I have a whole bunch of little ones. I don't have any. I can be a bit fiddly. Okay, so what I've noticed on this particular zip tie, the grips don't actually start until about an inch into the thing, which means this thing's too short, so I'm going to have to go and get some more. Alright, so we're going to skip that method, because I don't have any zip ties that I can find. I've got a whole bunch somewhere, but I can't find them, so I'm going to use these elastic bands that I found, and they're still good. So we're going to put these on and see if that'll work. Did not like that. Okay. Did not like that. Alright, so we're back to the drawing board. I found some zip ties. I think this is just about long enough. It may take a couple of them on here. I'm going to use this and put it on with the Akeso. The first flight didn't go well, and I had to land the drone pretty quickly. So I'm going to give it another try and see how it goes. Alright, after a whole bunch of fiddling about, I think I've got it nice and tight. So I've actually used two adapters here and two zip ties. So I've tied the zip ties nice and tight. Oh crap! Like I bent the thing here. Bend the plastic a little. You don't want that. Yeah, it's still kind of loose. I mean, that could just easily flip around. Saying that's not totally solid, and the plastic underneath there is getting a little bent. You can see that. So watch out for that right there. So I'm gonna try another method. Hello, it's me again. We're back trying to get the Akeso camera on the Mavic Mini. I've given up. I read the logs from the AirData, and the satellite GPS was screwed up completely, and it had a loss of power, And so it's not worth messing about with, you know, relative to me, an expensive drone. So what I've decided to do, since I still have my original SGRC X5, I've attached the whole thing to this. This is actually a more powerful drone than the Mavic Mini. It's a decent fly for a $100 drone, and I don't mind if I crash it. I've got spare props for it and everything, but this is a very tough drone compared to the Mavic Mini. And I've stuck that on top of the battery there. It's fairly solid. The battery comes off, but I've just kept the power switch open right there, obviously. And the camera on this is rubbish. It's actually quite crap. It's the 1080, but it's a very low bit rate. So I'm gonna go and fly this. It's definitely heavy. I think it'll affect the flying, but we'll see. And hopefully, and the good thing about this is that you can turn the GPS off and fly in ATI mode, which is something that the Mavic Mini is lacking. So we'll try that and go and see. Alright, so in hindsight of my little experiment, it looks like it wasn't worth using the Mavic Mini to attach a camera to. Why would you attach a 2.7K camera to a 2.7K camera? But it was kind of worthwhile attaching it to the SGRC X5 because as such a crappy camera to begin with, if we could fly it where I had enough power, I think it would be worthwhile doing that. But I guess the conclusion is if your camera's okay on your drone, why bother? If you've got a good flying drone with a crappy camera, this might be something you might want to try. Leave it up to you. Hope you enjoyed the video.